Have I been putting off this video all day? No. Is it currently 8:31 at night when I'm filming this? No. So I don't do tutorials here on my channel. I know a lot of people have asked me to do tutorials. The way I like to do things is more just like a casual get ready with me, and you can follow along if you want, if you like the look. I don't really like the thought of being like, right, I'm going to teach you how to do this look. I'd rather just do a look, and if you like it, you can kind of follow along with it. My get ready with me's are kind of my tutorials, but I did indeed do a tutorial. When was it? Let me have a look. I've got my laptop with me. On the 20th of April, what year? That's a good question. 2020. So a good 5 years ago, I did a tutorial and it got 80 views. 80 views, which is great, and it was called Full Glam Purple Cut Crease Tutorial, which the SEO gods would have loved that. No, they would not. I'm looking at the thumbnail. It looks interesting, so I'm going to follow it today. I'm going to follow my first ever makeup tutorial from 5 years ago. Technically, my first ever tutorial was with the J-Star Shane Dawson palette, which obviously I'm not going to do that today. We've grown, we've learned, we've evolved. But just before we do jump into the video, if you have not already, definitely like and subscribe. I feel like I'm going to suffer a little bit through this, so please make it worth this suffering, please. I would love to have this video be ranking #1 out of the past 10 videos because I feel myself cringing already. But you know what? We're going to jump into it. I have a little bit of an idea of how I'm going to evolve this look because, I mean, I'm looking at the thumbnail. I thought I ate with this look back 5 years ago, and now I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay. So you know what? I'm just going to jump straight into it. Okay, right, we're going to do it. I'm cringing already. Right, let's go. Okay, so this is, frame #1, and it's very, very dark. This is the same room that I am filming in right now, but I think we can all agree that the setup is a little bit better. I've got the blonde hair, of course I have. I've got the brows that come down to the corners of my eyes. We're looking good. We're looking great. Let's just jump into it. Okay, let's go. Hello everybody, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi. I'm Caitlin, and today you have joined us on a pretty good video. So I get these little kind of brainwaves of ideas for looks, and I got very excited for this one because this is very dramatic, very bold, but also very like sparkly. You know what, right, I'm gonna jump in. I'm really sorry. I actually look really nice in this one. I know you weren't expecting me to say that. Normally I slag off Caitlin from 5 years ago like it's my job, but you know what, the cheek makeup looks good. The brows do need cutting off a little bit. The blonde hair is a choice. Blonde, orange, we've all been there. You know what, I'm not too mad. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom you in and we're just gonna get straight on into it. Okay, great. 51-minute intro. Caitlin me could never. I love how my audio back then was better than it is now. Yeah, we all know the audio. I think every time I say this, I am proven really, really wrong, but I think it's fixed. Watch now, something will crash, and it won't be fixed. I saw in the thumbnail that today we're going to be using the It's My Pleasure palette from Colourpop. This palette I have not used in so long, and I'm really excited to use it again today. It is not a palette that I usually go for, but I'm excited. Let's do some purples. I'm also going to take my lashes off because I did this whole makeup look knowing that I was going to be doing an eye look, so I've not done any mascara. I have got lash glue on my eyelid though, which is very annoying. But before I even get into the eyeshadow look, I'm going to use my primer potion. I don't think I use an eye primer in this original video. No comment. I'm going to prime this lid, and then I'm also going to set it with a cream coloured eyeshadow, and I'm just going to use my Pan That palette for that. Okay, let's continue the tutorial. With a wet base, I've just put some concealer on, and it is still sticky, and we are pulling out the sellotape. Stunning. Okay, no. Wet base, no. Concealer, no. Crime, criminal. We're not doing that, Caitlin. Don't test me today. I'm struggling for continuity. Continuity purposes. I have a look in mind that is kind of similar to this look, and I know I said I'm going to be following this tutorial. I'm going to be loosely following this tutorial because I have a look in mind that's a little bit better than this. I don't really want this outcome. I don't really want this look on my eyes. So I'm going to loosely follow it, okay? Shoot me. I'm using the Colourpop. It's my Pleasure palette. X Revolution, the original palette. This is mainly just for the black because the Colourpop palette doesn't have a black. I have my concealer, my Glam crystals, I have some glue, glitter glue, and some white liners. I really love how in this tutorial I go, yeah, so I've got this, and I give it like half a second of screen time. It's like, I got this. What is that? Don't know. I don't actually have many of these things in my possession right now. I have the It's My Pleasure palette, and that's kind of it. So when I said loosely, probably a good thing that we're following it loosely. Okay, let's go. I'm taking the black from the Revolution palette, and I'm starting to pack that on the line where the tape is. And then just kind of go around the crease and just make sure to kind of blend it out a little bit. Okay, right, we need a black. Why do I not have a black now that I look for a black? Where is a black? Come on. I'm going to go in with this just for the black. Literally any black. Here we go. So, past Caitlin said she goes in with a black. I'm not going to do the tape thing because I'm a rebel and I don't want to do it. I'm going to pop this kind of similar to what past Caitlin did, and I'm going to bring it up through the crease like this, but I'm going to stop like halfway. So we're half doing what past Caitlin told us to do. And then instead of doing like a wing, I'm going to bring it up a little bit further in and kind of go along the lash line and bring it outwards. There. Can you see what I'm doing? Yeah, like that. And I'm gonna do like a weird like fake wing. Like that. This is already looking so much better than past Caitlin's look. It's really nice to know that skills can change and evolve. And I think that's like the purpose of this video for me. You know, we all had to start somewhere. Okay, so I'm just going to catch up the other eye. Try to be as even as I humanly can. Obviously, there's always going to be some little discrepancies. It's impossible to get it completely even, but I'm going to try my best with the new and improved eyeshadow shape. This is what we're looking like. Okay, we've done the black. Past Caitlin would be proud. So once I've got my kind of basic line, I'm just going to deepen it up a little bit because I do want that to be really, really black. Just kind of buff out the edges just so it's easier for that purple to sit on top of it. And do this with a really light hand. Don't pick up any more pigment. So it's just going to make it way too harsh. That's a really good point. Oh my god, past me was spilling facts. Yes. So what I really like to do is when I put down my colour and I've got the pigment just right, I won't take any more product and I will just kind of buff these lines because it almost fades them a little bit and it makes it less harsh. And that makes the purples able to blend a little bit easier. Caitlin, 5 years ago, where is my makeup artist degree? She knew her stuff. Good job. What do we need to do next? Okay, now we're looking real stunning. I'm going to take the Colourpop It's My Pleasure palette, and I think I'm first gonna go in with this shade here, which is called Sleeper. I have pan in this shade now. Look! Oh my gosh! How time flies. I'm gonna take a very tiny, not very tiny, it's quite big, a detailed brush, dip into that, not very much, just a tiny little bit. Hold it right by the end and blend on top of the black. So if you blend on top of the black, that makes sure that the pigment is still showing through. You can still see the purple, but you're not wasting loads of space because you don't have that much space. Oh my gosh, what an educator. Those 80 people that watch this video, they would have been makeup masters by now, I already know, with the help of Caitlin Costello 5 years ago. I'm going to do what Caitlin said. I'm going to hold the brush right at the end. And I'm going to blend on top of the black, which again is a pretty good tip. I was spitting facts back in the day. I really, really was. Look at me go. I think because I have hooded eyes, I do find it a little bit difficult to do detailed blends because I don't have that much space on my eyes and it can be really, really difficult. So blending on top of the black is a really, really good tip. And it makes things blend a little bit easier as well. So well done me. What an icon. I feel really weird because normally I hate watching my old videos back. Normally I have so many insults to spill and normally I'm like, no, wrong, Caitlin. Oh my god, I can't believe I said that on the internet. But you know what? So far, so good for this video. And I'm just going to take my time blending that because Caitlin said so and we have to obey. I hope you can see the kind of shape is similar, but we've not joined them up at the end and we're not going to. And I'm going to do the same thing on this kind of fake wing shape that I've got going. And I'm going to smoke it out quite a lot. I don't know. I'm just going for it today. I can't remember if I'd practiced this look. I had a feeling that I had practiced this original look beforehand because I wasn't quite confident yet with just coming on camera and winging it. I never ever practice looks now. I just come on camera, hope for the best, and if it turns out bad, then it's all fun and games, really, innit? But I'm pretty sure I practiced this look to be able to understand a little bit and to be able to teach it because I was really, really self-conscious about, like, messing it up and filming a tutorial being like, I know what I'm doing, and then, like, not knowing what I was doing. So, yeah, I definitely take a little bit more risks in that department now. Okay, I am looking a little bit different to past Caitlin. But that's all right. We evolve, we move, and we grow. So I'm just going to keep blending this until the black harsh line has kind of disappeared. And this is why you blended out the black before. Because if you put just a line of black, then this would take forever. Also, don't worry if some bits get on your lid. We can clean that up. No problemo. Okay, so now we're looking very unblended. And we're going to fix that. I'm taking a blending brush and I'm going in with Kittenfish. Just going to go in with that and then very gently just blend over it. And as you can see, this is slowly blending out. It just takes some time and a very light hand, some patience. I like to use kind of circular motions. That way I find that the colour is more evenly dispersed. And if you're finding it hard to blend, just go back in with your detail brush that you used Sleeper with. Don't pick up any more pigment, just use the pigment that's already there and very lightly. Just go in between the black and the pastel shade that you used. Oh my gosh, I'm spilling, I'm serving, like look at me go. Wow, love that. So yeah, Kittenfish. We're blending away with Kittenfish. We're blending. We're looking a little bit supervillain right now. This is like a supervillain look, I feel like. My other look was kind of like not a supervillain look. It was just like a, I don't really know what I'm doing. I want to do a cut crease, but I want to be a little bit different. I feel like that was what the previous look was. But this one has a little bit of structure to it, which, you know what, is good. That going round in circles trick, Caitlin, oh my gosh, I'd forgotten about that, but you know what, it works. So I am just going to go in between those shades with Sleeper. I think these are all the mattes done. I don't think I use any other mattes. I'm going to carry on. I feel good. Let's go. So now we've got our crease done. We are going to cut the crease. So for this, I want to use like a little dome brush. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Concealer, because that's just the concealer that I used today. Pack my brush. So we are only actually going to be doing a half cut crease. Okay, so some things that I've learnt since then. When I did cut creases, as of a few months ago, to be honest, I would put the brush in the concealer, you know, and I would like take it up that way. Now I put it on the back of my hand because I've learned that if you get a little bit too much on the brush, you've overwhelmed your eyes and the cut crease is ruined. Tragedy. I know. You don't want to do that. Second, I've learned that I like concealer for cutting the crease, but I like a dry concealer. This is the Conceal and Define from Revolution. This is too dry for me, and so it won't really budge. It kind of sets itself. So when you do the cut crease, then I like to kind of wipe away most of the cut crease, then put a very, very light layer of concealer back on the cut crease, and then tap it out as much as I can, which works for me. So we're going to cut the crease. For this one, I'm going to, again, do a half cut crease, kind of bring it out a little bit so that this wing shape is stood on its own. I should have probably waited to see if Caitlin from the past had any amazing cut crease tips before I did this. Let's see if I say anything.
I like to start by packing it on
Oh, don't you dare.
line and doing the look up.
No! I knew I was going to do that.
And filling it in.
So that was a little technique going around the internet back when cut creases were all the rage, and when people couldn't master a cut crease, they would slather their lash line with concealer and then look up to make like a cut crease shape. And that does work. However, it only really works if you have perfectly even eyes. And even then, when you look like directly in front of you, you can't see the cut crease anymore. So now I just freehand the cut crease. And I've noticed that this, where I've put it, if I relax my eyes, you can't really see anything. So now I'm going to take it a little bit higher, just use the same template almost, but just raise it a little bit. And that's how I like to do my cut creases, just kind of trial and error now. Okay, so now you can see when I look forward, you can actually see that cut crease outline. Cool, I think. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, okay. Now I've got to make it even on the other side. Let's go. Let's go. One piece of advice when doing cut creases is I would always rather have a cut crease that is too small than too big. So start small and then slowly build up if you want like that big dramatic cut crease. Just chill out because you can always add but you can't take away. What are we thinking? Not too bad. It's not quite even, but is it even enough? I'm already liking this look a lot better than my original. I'm glad I went with this plan because it just looks a little bit nicer, I think. I don't know if Caitlin 5 years ago had unlocked this shape yet. I feel like makeup looks are like you unlock them as you go. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay. What does Caitlin have to say after the cut crease?
So now I've filled in that shape and I'm just going to actually go a little bit above it because when I hold my eye like that, you can't actually see it. Here we go. We're looking brill, aren't we? I wish I had the new Jeffree Star palette because this would be an amazing look to do with that. Right, where's my palette gone? There it is. So now I'm going to go in with Earth Shine.
First of all, that J-Star jump scare, sorry, trigger warning. I did say that name. Something that I don't do in this video, which actually makes me want to cringe a little bit. Normally now I take a makeup wipe, as I said before, I take off a lot of the cut crease just because having like a pool of wet concealer on the crease kind of makes me want to cry. So I just very slowly go along with my nail. I have got long nails, so it's quite easy for me, but you can always use like a spatula or something like that. And I just start taking off that product just because as well, it's not my skin tone. It's like this murky purpley shade, but I want it to be my exact skin tone without having to put this like gloop of concealer on. And this is also going to make the shimmer sit a lot better and a lot cleaner when I put it on. So you can see the difference between these two eyes. This one just looks so much better already, and I've not even reapplied the concealer yet. And of course, I'll do the other side, same thing. If anyone can help me out, actually, there's a product where it melts the eyeshadow. I've seen it. I've tried to find it again, and I cannot find it anywhere, but you put it on with a flat brush, and it, like, melts the eyeshadow. Is it just like a cleansing balm or something that people use? But I swear there was an actual product that did it for cut creases. So please let me know down below if you know what I'm going on about, or am I just like crazy? Okay, now that there is no product on there. I'm gonna clean off my brush first of all, just on the makeup wipe, just so there's none of that like purpley gunky concealer left on it. And then I'm gonna go back in with my concealer and just kind of recut that crease using this template. Is this like a really like faffy way of going about things? Yeah, it is. But if we compare this to how we were like 10 minutes ago, this is instantly cleaner and clearer and more bright, so I'm gonna do it at like 9 o'clock in the evening. Yeah. And then I'm gonna tap it out because it's a thin layer, it'll set and it shouldn't crease too much. I mean, I do have quite hooded eyes, so it's always gonna crease a little bit. Okay, I just made the fatal mistake of when one thing goes wrong with a cut crease. So then you've got to make it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you've got to match it on the other side. And then the shapes just aren't the same anymore. That's fine though. That's fine. Okay. You know what? That's going to have to do for now. She says doing even more. Oh no. Right. Caitlin, stop. Stop now. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So then past Caitlin took the shade Earthshine, which is this middle shade here, and she put it all over the lid. And you know what? I'm only going to put it on the inner part of the crease, not the lid, the crease. It's late, can you tell? I'm just going to start packing that here because I want it to kind of fade to nothing. And I'm just going to use a flat brush to get right up into that cut crease. Got some shimmer. You know what? While I was doing that, I had flashbacks to this look. So I must be doing something right. Let's keep going.
We're now going to go back in the black shade with a little angle. Can you even see that? A little angled brush. You'd normally do your browns with, but today I don't feel like that. I'm going in with the black shade from the Sofa palette, and we're going to start just lining our lash line first of all. So we've done a little bit of a liner, and now we're going to pack up our brush again. We are going to go from here, and we're just going to go slowly down and kind of connect it to this inner corner here.
It is a cool concept. I just don't like it now. I don't know if it's because I've evolved as a human being. I don't know if it's just taste change. It's a cool idea. It's cute, but I feel like this is a little bit better. This is a bit more modern, I think.
So as you can see, I've just cut that completely there on the outer corner. Now I'm going to take that brush that we used at the start and just blend out what we've kind of done. And my battery is about to die, so I'm going to do the exact same that we've done here on this eye, and I'll be right back. Right, my camera isn't quite fully charged, but it's going to have to do because I'm ready for it. I've kind of matched this eye as best I can, and now for the next part. So I have these Collection Glam crystals.
So I don't have those anymore. However, I do have just like a plain white liner. This is the Barry M High Vis, just white plain liner. So I might do the same thing with this. I don't know how well this is going to work, but I'm gonna try it. Okay, I'm realizing this is not white. It's kind of turned grey because I already had like a black liner on it, but I'm gonna try my best. I'm just gonna do a line like there. I kind of feel like this has ruined the work that I have just done. You know what? That's not too bad. I kind of like that. I thought that was going to be an absolute disaster, but okay. I will clean it up a tiny bit, but that's good. I always get really scared of graphic liner. Oh, I just absolutely drenched that. Okay. No, I always get scared of graphic liner because I get scared that I'm not going to do it right and it's going to look awful, but I quite like that. Okay, this one did not turn out as good. Oh no. Okay. I think I got a bit overconfident with that. But I don't understand how people get the lines so clean. I don't get it. That's like some kind of magic, surely. No, I'm just making it so much worse now. Oh no. I'm going to go in with the black on an angled brush. I'm going to clean this up a little bit. I love that. Oh, I'm always so scared I'm going to mess it up. But like this one looks really cool. And then I literally mess it up. I actually didn't want it to look clean anyway. I wanted it to be kind of like avant-garde, you know, like messy. Yeah. Yeah, you believe me, right? You know what? We're going to put lashes on anyway. No one's going to see a thing. It's fine.
I'm going to take a teeny tiny liner brush and I'm just going to dab on it and I'm going to apply it this way. And where I'm going to apply it is just along that black line there at the going up. Oh no! Oh well. I'll clean that up in a minute. And again with the other eye. Is that even enough? Once again, going to take this burgundy brush and just... Hello. My phone went off. Can that blend into that? Okay, time for the best and most satisfying part in my opinion. I need a mirror. Are you ready?
Oh, here we go.
Oh, look at that. I'm going to have to redo my base, but I don't care. Whoosh. They're looking pretty even to me. So, now what I'm going to do is with the black... Actually, no, it's not. We need to clean up this under eye first.
You know what? I'm just doing the lower lash line at this point. I'm going to put some lashes on and I'm going to finish this look. You know what? It took a bit of a different turn, but I like this turn a little bit better, even with the crusty dusty liner. So give me a sec and I'll be right back. I'm back. Hello. I feel a little bit better about the crusty dusty wing now that the lashes are on. I feel like it hides it a little bit. I really liked looking back on my channel, on my videos. I've done a few videos now where I've looked back on old videos, mostly old hauls, and kind of reacted to the products that I bought like 5 years ago. Where are they now kind of things. So if you were interested in that, I'll link one up in the cards because I find it really, really interesting to figure out where I've come from and how I've grown and all that kind of stuff. I know I'm kind of clashing a bit with my green theme going on right now, but you know what? It's nearly 10 o'clock at night. I'm not getting changed now, okay? This is cute. I'm glad I decided to change the look a little bit. This is definitely more modern to me and my tastes, but also, you know, having that graphic liner, using those purples. This palette has not been used in so long, and it's definitely a palette that I've wanted to use. It's been in my head thinking like, one day I need to get round to using this palette, and finally I have. This side's definitely better than this side, so I think we're going to be doing this angle. But let me know, what did you think? I don't do tutorials, like I said, for a reason, but this was a really nice one to look back on and just reminisce on a little bit. So here we go. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, definitely like and subscribe. It would mean the world to me, and I will see you tomorrow for a brand new video. Bye bye!